Hey friends, it feels like it's been an eternity since I stood in this spot and announced that because of the restrictions regarding COVID-19, we would have to suspend youth group until further notice. Believe it or not, that was on March 17th, 3 months and 6 days ago. I don't know how this quarantine has been going for all of you, but one thing that it's really done in my heart and in my life has revealed a lot of things that have kind of gone under the surface. I've realized things like I can be really lazy in my spiritual walk. Realize things like if I'm not actively pursuing God, I am prone to wander the other direction. Realize things like I need to make it a habit to read my Bible every single day, not just because I need to teach on it, not just because it's my job, but because I need to be reflecting on the words of God. And I feel way different on the days when I do and the days that I don't. I don't know what your spiritual journey has been these past 3 months, but I can imagine you've probably learned a lot about yourself. I can imagine that you've probably experienced things that you never would have otherwise if you hadn't been having to quarantine, if you hadn't been having to leave your social lives at the door even for a brief time. And as things begin to open up, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to take advantage of the opportunities that you have to be in community with others. Take advantage to reach out to one another as students, as parents. How are you growing with the Lord? What are some practical ways that you are seeking to continue to grow in your relationship with the Lord? And also, if you find that's really, really hard, if you find that you've kind of drifted and you don't like where you're at with the Lord right now, I want to invite you to give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. I'd love to talk with you or any one of your small group leaders. As you heard last week, we're going to begin to start meeting again in small groups. I want to highly encourage you to take advantage of those times. Reach out to your leaders if you haven't heard from them. And also give them space and understand that we're still trying to figure out what this looks like. We're still trying to work out schedules and days and times and places. But we love you guys. We want nothing more than to see you guys grow in your relationship with each other and more importantly in your relationship with the Lord. And we want to come alongside you and walk with you through whatever you find yourself going through. So just know this week that your leaders are specifically praying for you and your parents. We're specifically praying that God would captivate your hearts and your minds, that he would begin to call you back to himself. And if you've been wandering, know that God's affection for you has not changed. One of the most encouraging things in God's word is he says, I, the Lord, do not change. Which means his faithfulness towards us doesn't change, which means his compassion towards us doesn't change. Even when we find ourselves moving and shifting. We got to go kayaking this weekend, and it was crazy. Every time I tried to fixate on one point as a direction, I found the current and the waves kind of swaying me back and forth. And maybe that's how you feel. Maybe that's how you feel in your walk, in your relationship with the Lord, that you're just kind of swaying and you don't really know where you're going. Well, know that God has you. Know that God doesn't change. His emotions towards you do not change. His feelings towards you, his compassion, his mercy is new every morning. And know that we love you. Know that we're praying for you. Know that we know that this hasn't been easy on you. And we really want to hear from you. We really want to be in this with you. So we're praying for you and we love you. If you need anything, please reach out. Thanks.